media in the States. And he says to me, how does it work? When is it? Is it in person? So just basic questions back and forward on the voice note. And then the last part, and this is probably going to help many of you on the score. It really helped me, and I value his opinion that he gave me yesterday. On the last part, he said to me, let me know if there's a couples discount, because I would like to bring my wife with. So for one or other reason, that triggered me, and I said to him, brother, there's no couples discount. It's 15K per seat, and it's impossible. Do we have an extra mic that I need to use or not?
Yes, we're gonna know.
Okay, sure. And but the people are not complaining about the sound, so it seems to be good. So there's no couples discount. It's going to be 15K per seat, and it's 30,000 Rand for the both of you. And he said, are you sure? What if we strike a deal together? You know, a young Indian man trying to negotiate with me. So I said, listen, it's the price. I appreciate you, but no, we can't do any discount. And anyway, back and forward, and the conversation started turning. And at one stage, he said to me, I met you in the gym before, and I'm on my way to the gym. I'd love to meet you. I think I can help you, because it became a little bit combative. And I said to him, bro, listen to me. I should be charging you 250K for this course, because that's how much value I'm going to deliver to the people that come and join. And the fact that you want the discount, I don't even want you there. Like, thank you for inquiring, but I wouldn't even want to sit with you in the same room, because you're bargaining on something that is invaluable. It will bring so much perspective to your business. So he says to me, I'll be there in 30 minutes, and I hope you're watching, so you gave me a great life lesson. And he says to me, I'll be in the gym in 30 minutes. Do you mind if I buy you a smoothie? I said, no, because you asking for discount, I'll buy you a smoothie. I think maybe the $50 is going to hurt your bank balance. I'll buy you a smoothie. I'll wait for you. So anyway, he comes and he says, you know what? I've been in the same place you are at now a couple of years ago, and the reason why I wanted to meet you is help you. So I said, okay, I'm all open for help. He said, just because you know the value that you'll deliver, don't automatically assume that whoever you're speaking to understands the value that you're going to deliver. You still need to prove yourself. He said, I don't need to prove myself at all. There's the results. I'm going to teach you how we do this. He says, I understand. But you still need to transfer that energy and knowledge into the people that attend the course. Then may you be combative if they don't use it. But until that moment, it feels like you're combative, because I understand your point. You're going to deliver great value. And the fact that I asked you for discount, you want to raise your price like a million gazillion percent, because it triggered you, it ticked you off. So think about this. So immediately I went all like quiet and borderline Deborah. I was like, fuck, this guy gave me humble pie and a truck full, because it's fat free. I can consume a truck full. So valuable lesson. If you're watching this, thank you, young man. And I'm gonna kick it off with this. Just because you know that something is valuable and you're trying to sell or transfer energy onto someone. Marcus, nice to see you. I'm gonna dice you tonight. I'm driving a very fast Z4, sir. So if I catch that gold wild track on the road, it's me and you, boy. We're gonna dice. We're gonna have a proper race again. But just because I know something is of value, and it's like breaking my brain that so little money can add so much perspective and a different lens to your business, that the mere fact you're asking me for a discount for 2 seats is offending me. And that's internal. That's something that I think probably most ambitious, aggressive entrepreneurs battle with, and he really helped me. So on this live tonight, I'm not going to assume anything. I'm just going to deliver the value that we'll be presenting on the 14th of March. The 28th is already fully booked, and the 14th is the next opening. I think we've sold 4 tickets today, 3 or 4 tickets to the new date, and hopefully we'll sell out by the end of this week. And maybe if we deliver and over-deliver on value, those businesses will say to their colleagues and friends that it was definitely worth the money investment and the 4 or 5 hours you're going to spend with us, and grow this into something real where we can help businesses and clients and people outside of automotive. I've concretely decided that we're not going to allow any automotive companies in, and the main reason for that is, and again, it's just me dealing with my own shit in my head. The industry obviously doesn't like us a lot. We compete hard. This is a contact sport. It's war without bullets, and I've decided that rather than trying to help the automotive industry and trying to stop this negativity that's being spread, gossip, talking behind other dealers' backs, trying to stab each other in the back, I will actually exit that room and not take part in those conversations anymore at all, like literally at all. I just need to focus on whatever it is that we do, just do it better each and every day, and try and empower industries that are outside of automotive, because then I can track, monitor, and guide them into obviously getting the maximum result which we want for them. Having said that, thank you, Marcus. Positive vibe. You're not going to be so positive when I drive you away later tonight, my brother. Let's see how positive you're going to take that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Marcus, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, my brother. Let's take that as the foundation and kick off into what we're going to be offering on the 14th of March at a very small fee of 15K. I'm just going to jump straight into the presentation and take you through it step by step. All right, Els, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sweet. We will be inviting all outside industries of automotive to show you how we generate. We need to fix this. 500,000 views. It was actually an average of 1.9 million views per day organically across our channels. Now,
that's just your TikTok.
500K is just my TikTok, yeah. Now, upfront disclosure. If you are expecting to come into this course and on Monday you generate 1.9 million worth of organic views, I'm going to disappoint you, literally. It's I wish it was that simple, but we don't have any magic pill, any shortcut that will elevate your marketing to that level at all. What we do have is we have a structure, we have a system, we have AI, we have a team, and we have extremely tight regiment of posting, which means some posts go out at 20 past 4 on a certain platform. That similar post will go out at 5:30 on other platforms. Some posts go out at 7:30 on a platform. Some go out at 7 o'clock on a different platform. So what we'll teach you is the best posting times through proven track record, the length of the best posting times through proven track record, and everything in between. If you think about 1.9 million organic views, I always say to my sales team, when I train my boys and girls to do their own marketing internally, they'll come to me and say, you know what, Uncle B, it's not fair. You got on this specific post at 7:30 in the morning, 42,000 views. Okay, 42,000 views on one post, and then it grew throughout the day, and at night you hit a couple of 100,000 views. I created the same or similar post. Okay, I've hit every single variable that you've taught me, and I only got 4,000 views on my post. So okay, no problem. Let's analyze this. Can you close your eyes and picture what 4,000 people looks like? 4,000 people. You close your eyes, picture 4,000 people. How big is this room? How many of us are in here? Normally we'll have these in either the training center or in my sales office. In the training center, there's about 35, 40 people. It's full. It takes 60, so it's almost at capacity. Now, picture 4,000 of us lined up next to each other. Can you see the vastness? Yes, I can. So at the end of the event, you are not going to get the views and the reach that I get, but you have the recipe. So you'll know how to get there. If the consistency is there, if you listen and actually apply the knowledge that will teach you. And that's the key. Can I call now? John Cena, we can't see you, my brother. We can't see you, John Cena. That's why you can't call. So no calls during this live. We will accept calls afterwards. My number is in my username. But the only reason why you were able to distract me, John Cena, is because I couldn't see you in order to finance a car. So at the end of the event, you will know how to cook a perfect Michelin star meal from scratch. You'll know what ingredients to use. You'll know when to put which ingredient in, and you'll know the sequence in how to make it so that you can plate it in a way that whenever a food critic comes in or a media critic comes in, the only thing they'll say is, well done, here's a Michelin star, 100%, good effort. So if the expectation is this, it's going to disappoint you. But if the expectation is this, slowly building it up, building it up, building it up, building it up, every single day, slight improvement, slight improvement, slight improvement, slight improvement, then potentially this is a course for you and it will help you. So you do get to 1.9 million if you follow all the steps exactly how we do it. Combine the creative 50% and the 50% math, which is the AI, and it's literally the stuff that you guys don't see when you look at a post or when you see a cartoon or when you see whatever you see that we do. Having said that, we'll go to the next slide. All right, Els?
Yes.
Ready?
Yep.
Cool. What will we be covering? All right, so in order for us to grow your reach, you need hardware. So what hardware, I'm on the next slide, sorry, I'm a little bit faster than you. What hardware will you be needing in order for you to start your journey into growing your socials? Now, initially when people come in and do consultations with us, they'll have some sort of background knowledge or research that they've done. Is it a DSL camera? What mics must we use? ADSL, a DSL or ADSL? What's it
DSLR.
called? DSLR. So
Yes.
is it a DSLR camera that we need? Is it going to be these very expensive mics and these lights? Currently in the studio where I'm sitting, I'm going to tell you how many lights are here. I'm going to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, about 16, 17 lights, including the backlights at the back.
Okay.
About 17 lights. The reality is this gets very little reach, very little views. It's a very, very specific live that we're doing here. So we want to sell a course that is it's not a branding exercise. This is not us hunting for views and getting our name out there. This is not an auction. On the auctions, it goes wild because people like my jokes and they have fun and they can see, Elsie says, yeah, some people like my jokes, but they can see a car going from 15,000 to 65,000, everyone's freaking out, or RSI Corolla going from 80 to 200, the people are fighting, the time is running out, etc., etc. Marcus, the cost of the course is 15,000 Rand, 15,000 Rand. But we'll get into all of that now, and if you stick around at the end, I'll give you the full picture. So what hardware? You're not going to need very expensive equipment. We use Apple, we use iPhones, so either an iPhone or any good quality Samsung, Huawei, something with a good quality camera. Okay, so that's what we use. We don't use fancy cameras. Elsie's got a 360 camera. It's a split decision between the people that love our content. Some of you like it because it brings a different angle. Some of you guys hate it. They're like, no, get that freaking thing away from here, but we like it. So we use a 360 camera. What does that cost?
That one was about
15,000 Rand. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what the camera costs. But it's Apple is good, yeah. Apple is good. But you need a basic cell phone that has a good quality camera. and you need road mics. Can I show them what they look like, Els? Road mics. You don't have them here, do you? That's why you didn't give them to me. Okay. So Elsie sold the road mics for Dop. For Dop, she was visiting her cousins there in Krugersdorp this weekend. They bought Dop with the money.
Ja,
What is a
Die maak my bloos.
what does a road mic set cost?
Hulle is 4,000.
4,000
Yeah.
bucks. So you need to invest in a road mic set of $4,000, and that's it. And your phone that you're currently using. If you've missed like 6 or 7 upgrades on your phone and you've got a really old shitty phone, then that will show on camera. But if it's like a 2 or 3-year-old phone, it's perfect. Mine is like a 2-year-old phone. It works perfectly fine. It's good enough.
Marcus, wat sê jy dan? Met 'n kappie steek.
Gaan jy met 'n kappie steek?
Wat is 'n kappie?
Marcus, a kappie, a Messi. Marcus, you have to catch me first, brother. And based on historical data,
You're not faster than
you're
me.
not faster than me. Yes. So you need to catch me first
Hy
before
het
you can
gesê,
steek me.
Elsie gaan jou met 'n kappie steek.
Elsie?
Ja.
No, man.
Yes.
I'll just pour water on that. No, Elsie won't steek me with a kappie. I hope not. But she's from Krugersdorp. She might steek me with a... What do you guys drink there? Soweto Pepsi. Zamalek. Zamalek.
Ek dink die kans is beter dat jy my sal.
A 750 black label. So road mic, decent phone. You are A for away in terms of hardware. Okay, what software? Next slide. What software do we currently use? So there's an editing tool, an editing app called CapCut. It's the most popular one. It's the one that millions of people use. Will give you physical training on the day, how to do the basics. Then we'll give you tutorials that you can go and play with, how to do elaborate fancy things later on. But for our content, for the purpose of what we do, grow brand, market to solicit questions, and then advertise to ask for a sale, it's literally as basic as it gets. You've got a scene, you cut it, there's a transition, you cut it, and that's it. At the end, you've got standardized screenshots that you display for a couple of seconds. You layer music over it. CapCut is the best. Giovanni, yes sir, it is, absolutely. So that's the software that we use to edit. Now the AI implementation is worth, the way that we do it is worth a couple of $100,000. And I'll tell you why. Before this, we were not able to physically post as many posts as we do per day, as effectively, with all the detail on each and every post, which is different. That's the AI implementation that will teach you. Just to give you a little bit of background on where we were versus where we are. 15 months ago, once we decided to split paths with the agency that we were using, we were achieving an average of between 25,000 unique organic views and 35,000 unique organic views per day. So 25,000 to 35,000 organic views per day. Super manual process, very tedious, a lot of research behind each post. We were only posting twice a day. So it literally will take one person the entire day to prep 2 posts per day across both channels. Sometimes we 15, 18, 21, depending on how much content I create and send off to the team. 15 to 21 posts per day, easy peasy, one person that will generate all those captions, the tags, etc., because of the AI component. And that's the differentiator. It's like having an army behind you, but you one person in front of a laptop or even on your phone. Valentine, how are you, my brother? Hope you're well. Nice to see you here. Thanks for joining. So that's the component that is really, 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 really hyper effective if used. Now, on another note, 2 years ago, we do a Mid-Mac Masterclass on how we won Dealer of the Year. So again, a paid event. A lot of dealers at that stage are extremely negative. They're reaching out. They are taking way too much time out of my day in the sense of, Uncle B, how do you do this? How do you do that? What happens in this? How do you process trade-ins? What about fraud? Said, okay, cool. It seems like there's a need for this. We create the course. We sell out two of the events fairly quickly. We do them back to back. It was a 50K per attendee per ticket. So we did 22 people at 50K. Those that do math, it's 1.1 million rand for the day. We've got a fee that we have to pay. At that stage, we rented out a very nice place. What was it called? It was in Mainland Main, Colab. It was in the Colab building. Very nice venue. We get top class caterers, and these dealers show up. So from the first batch of dealers that showed up, so 22 dealers, the first batch, year number 2, 2025, 3 of those dealers were competing against me for Dealer of the Year. 3 of the dealers that performed at the bottom end told me that, listen, this is way too complicated. It's like they're running a mom and pop shop. They can't implement one of these things. I said, I created this for you. Can't or won't. So that's the difference in mentality. Can't means you're not interested in starting and trying, or won't, like I can already see this going over my head. I'm not interested. I'm going to move on. Thank you. I met some cool dealers. We're going to do some business. ROI is great, but I'm not going to implement. Now, same here. You have the boys and girls that attend that take the knowledge and actually use it. Because knowledge today is, I mean, you can't get enough. If you think about what a basic chat GPT search can do right now today versus 5 years ago, you've got a supercomputer in your pocket, and it's free. I mean, the computing power today it's just unreal. You can just to give you, it's like the coolest example I've used ever. I'm driving an electric BMW i3 to work. I freaking love this car. It's fast. It feels like a go-kart. It's electric, and I'm thinking, what does it actually cost to run as a day-to-day? Because the range on that specific car is not very big. It's 320 kilometers. 320 kilometers. So on a full charge. So I live 29 kilometers from work. So call it 40 a day between the branches. So 80 kilometers back and forward. I go on ChatGPT and I send a voice note. I've purchased a 2022 model BMW i3 in the current electricity rate in Pretoria. How much will this vehicle cost me to go to work, and how much will it cost me to come back if I keep the car charged at all times? While I'm driving, sending a voice note, it sends me a detailed explanation, and at the bottom it says it will cost you 48 Rand on the way to work, and it will cost you 48 Rand on the way back. So it's 82 bucks. As soon as I stop at the dealership, I ask some of my colleagues that are traveling by public transport. There's one gentleman, he's going to buy a car very, very soon. He has to catch two taxis from Centurion to town and then into Pretoria North. That BMW is more cost effective than public transport. That morning, I get a call. Somebody's asking me about the car. I say, listen, I've done this thing. I'm going to send you a screenshot with my voice note to ChatGPT. Just listen to the voice note and phone me back. Immediately paid for the vehicle. It says, Bobs, I do similar mileage. It's like driving for free, and it's got motor plan, and I can sell it back. It's literally driving for free. I can't public transport myself up and down for the cost that I'm going to spend on electricity. So the amount of computing power that you have here, back to my point, is incredible. With the right prompts, you'll be able to learn a lot more than I can teach you at the seminar. That's a fact. What ChatGPT can't teach you is, from a proven track record, how to implement. And that's the difference between knowledge and doing. Knowing something and doing something. The example I always use on especially with our sales team. 2 people, okay? You've got John and you've got Jakes. John is going to read every single piece of literature ever written on how to do push-ups. He'll know angles, he'll know techniques, he'll know breathing, he'll know nutrition, he'll know recovery, he'll know everything, okay? Jakes can't read, okay? Battles to read. but he's doing push-ups. 3 months from today, we have a push-up competition. Who can do the most in a minute? Who do you think wins? Okay, not the guy that did the theory, the guy that actually did the push-ups. He's going to kill the guy that did the theory. This is exactly what we are trying to help other industries with, is how to take the information. Okay, you can also get, that's another point when it comes to marketing agencies. They come in with 70 data points, CTR, CLV, and they'll use these acronyms: cost per 1,000 impressions, cost per conversion, cost per landing sheet. Everything seems like, wow, these guys are super smart. Okay, and give you 70 data points. The one that actually counts is, did you sell shit on your promotion? And if you didn't, you can give me 700 more. It's just going to confuse me, and it's not going to make sense because I never sold anything. So we'll take all the data points, show them to you, show you what's actually important to track, why it's important to track, and drive those. It's only 3 or 4 that you need. It's only 3 or 4 that you need. In fact, at the end of it all, 1.9 million organic views on my report that I get daily from the lead center. I'm going to give you today's stats. Actually, just before we went live, I was examining it. I'm going to give it to you today. The only thing that's important at the end of everything is how many inquiries we got and how many of those inquiries we actually converted into leads. Because an inquiry is not a lead. You have to understand the difference between the two and differentiate like crystal clear, day and night. How many inquiries versus how many leads. Now, I'm not going to name and shame any business, okay? But the most expensive platform that we can advertise on today gave me 59 inquiries. This is a paid for platform, and 26 leads. So 59 inquiries, so people that were kind of interested, and 26 out of those 59 were people that are currently today in market, car shoppers, ready to buy now. Okay. Organically, only from my WhatsApp, I received 55 inquiries and 32 leads. 55 inquiries and 32 leads. So my organic feed outperforms the most expensive platform on the internet that a car dealer can advertise on. Outperforms it. It took us a minute to get there, but we've never underperformed the most expensive platform for the last 2 months. Every day, consistently, we kick their ass every day without fail, including Saturdays. So out of all those data points that we'll teach you, we'll just bottom it out to 3 or 4. This is important, this is why. This is also important, this is why. This is also important, this is why. And this is also important, and this is why. This leads to this leads to that, this leads to that, this leads to that. This is what you have to drive and measure yourself against every single day. Getting 1 or 2% better results every single day. In our world, a Monday is the Rolls Royce. It's the best day of the week. Organically and paid for ads, we have generated as a company 413 inquiries and 220 qualified leads. That's the only metric that I measure. Regularly, every day. Not that I don't pay attention to the rest, but that's the one that counts, right? Now, if we fail to sell these people cars, or they get declined, some people are, unfortunately, I dealt with a customer earlier that lives on payday loans. So each and every month, in order for him to get through the month, he takes out another payday loan, and 3 months later he settles the first one, but there's 5 consecutively running. The bank declined him. He's never paid late. There's no rejected debit orders, but he just simply lives off payday loans, and the bank doesn't like that, they decline. I've got no control over that. Literally no control. My job is to find that person and try our very best to assist them. Now, having said that, that's part of the software that we're going to show you. Next! Okay. Now, how we use AI in an easy step-by-step practical way that creates instant results. Think of it as having an army on your team that are highly effective always. Now, this is, to most people, this statement is like, fuck, this is gonna be hard, and it will go over your head, and you'll be like, no, this sounds like it's too much work. It sounds like it's almost impossible. How the hell am I gonna learn this in 4 hours? But the reality is, it is so simple. It's so simple. And once you see how simple it is, you'll be like, I should have done this before. And that's, in my opinion, the best way to learn and to teach someone. When I paid someone, I think it was $2,000 on how to run how to run a story on my Facebook, how to run a story on my Instagram, how to run a story on my TikTok with a call to action. I paid him $2,000. It was a 45-minute Zoom, and for the first 30 minutes, I like really look up to this person, and it was fun chatting to him. Like, fuck, dude, he's got a 2.5 million Instagram following. This specific person. I'm like, dude, you're a rock star. Like, outside of the profanity, because he swears a lot and it's quite rough, you're a freaking rock star. I love everything that you do. I know that the swearing and the type of language that you use, it's part of your character because of your background, but everything else is like a 20 out of 10. I appreciate you. Talking shit for 30 minutes, and sorry, now I'm using a bad word as well.
My niggie kyk, ek wil net sê jy moet mooi praat.
Okay, hoe oud is sy?
Dis Mariska, ek dink jy's 40.
40?
41 or 42, ja.
40? Okay, yes. She's not old enough to listen to this. Okay. Hi, my nig Elsie van Lenasia. Mariska.
Yes.
Mariska is 43. Listen, Mariska's heard worse things than shit. Trust me, Mariska's been around. And she probably also grew up in Krugerfonia, so she's seen a lot of wild stuff as well. Elsie said like this. Elsie made this to you, Mariska.
Nee, ek het gesê Randfontein.
Randfontein. Okay, cool. So she's from Randfontein. And the last 5 minutes, I said to him, brother, before we run out of time and you kill the Zoom, we're chatting so nicely. Please, can you show me how to do story, please? So I said, all right, sweet. You do this, and this. I said, that's it. He says, yeah. I'm like, are you sure? He says, that's all you do. Like, fuck, that's easy. He says, that's all you do. Are you sure? Yes. So let me get this. You do this, and this, and you post. That's all you do, Pops. I'm like, sweet. The next day, we get a very, very unique M3. It was posted on our normal page, again, as a repost. It's a blue E36 M3 that we sold for 800,000 Rand, which is a big price for that car, but that car will appreciate in value. Said, right, I've learned a new skill set. Do not advertise the car. Post it on arriving soon. Nothing. I want to use this technique that I've just learned. Did 1, 2, 3, 4. Posted it. 20 minutes later, I got a DM in my Facebook. In my Instagram. A gentleman said to me, Uncle B, I saw this car on story. What's the price? I went into his profile, saw he's got like 72 vehicles. This guy is unbelievable rich. He's constantly in the newspapers. He's very wealthy, but he's a straight guy. He's not a crooked guy that did a government tender or something. He's a straight guy. The industry is telecommunication. So I checked out his cars. I said, so I don't know if you'll be able to afford this car, but it's $799. If you need a loan, no problem. We'll get ABSA to finance you some of the money. He said, not a problem, thank you. If I run short, I'll let you know. I'll come back to you shortly. After a few minutes, he paid over 800,000 Rand. Never saw the car. Paid over the money, and the rest is history. And I've been using that technique. So AI will be presented in a simple way that a 6-year-old can understand. And once you understand it, you can go to war and create lots of views. What time to post, length of content, this is important. I'm going to run through this quickly as possible. If you think about your own life, you always need to reverse engineer and get into the mind of the end user. At what time during the day or night will you have time to watch a longer piece of content versus a shorter piece of content? The reality is, at 7:30 or 8:30 at night, the kids are already in bed, food is made, everything is, the conversation on the table has been done, everybody's chilling, and now you've got a bit of time to unwind, go on socials, either be entertained or be targeted with something, but that's when you have time to watch a 7 or an 8 or a 10-minute video. That's at night. If you post the same piece of content at 3 in the afternoon, the chances are it's not going to run because people simply don't have the time, most people, at least ones with money that can buy, to watch a 10-minute video at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're going to unpack and process in depth. When does an image do well? How does each and every length of the video determine what time it should go up? And then the other important thing is, if your first video for the day on a specific platform does really well, it also affects the rest of the day's performance, believe it or not. Els, am I sharing secrets here?
Yes.
Okay.
But that's the whole point.
Sufyan wants to replace you, Els. He says, yo, Uncle B, y'all, but he can't spell, so sorry, bro, you don't get the job. Y'all need a videographer best in SA with eyes. Maybe, but not the best at spelling. So spelling is kind of importanter in this instance, brother.
Stuur my jou CV.
Just kidding. Elsie wants your CV. Elsie wants to make you a cadet, a skivvy. She can go and play even more Tetris while you go and do her errands. Okay. How to clearly differentiate between brand awareness, marketing, and advertising. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this. And this is where hopefully I reprogram your expectation of a content piece that you put out. So the main discouragement comes when you put out something and you don't get the desired result. Instead of looking inwards, you are blaming TikTok and the algorithm, and you're being shadow banned, and people are reporting you for this, that, the third thing, the fifth thing. When in reality, you need to clearly define what piece of content am I creating right now. Is it a brand, marketing, or advertising piece of content? Best way to differentiate is brand, lots of views, no sales. Marketing, quite a few views, lots of questions. And advertising, bottom of the funnel, okay, very few views, but that's where you make money. Now everybody runs to the advertising part, and that's the only thing that they post. Boom, 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 boom. Eventually, like, this guy's just trying to sell me next, and then you get lost in translation. So what is the correct mixture in terms of how much brand, how much marketing, and how much advertising one should post to get maximum results? We'll spend a lot of time here, like a lot, probably an hour, only speaking about the difference in the three and how to create a piece of content. So just to give you context, our most popular video ever that we've ever done, 100 million views across all our channels and platforms. 100 million people have seen that piece of content. 0 sales. Okay, that's when you know you hit a branding exercise on the head. 0 sales, not a single car sold out of that piece of content. It started running in Russia, and people were fluking me in Russian, and when you push the translate button, I'm like, shit man, you're having a bad day, hope your day improves, comrade, sing. It started running like hard in Russia, running in the States, Sri Lanka, all these places were joining, like thousands of comments on 100 million views on one piece of content. So I never asked for a sale, nothing. It was just brand. But what happened after that is, when I started going out in the streets, to shops, to other dealers, to the gym, to go and do groceries, people are like, hey, you that guy from Midmac, how are you? Nice to meet you. You've got cool content, man. I laughed so hard at that video. I love that video. I'm like, that's sweet. And that was the intention, to grow brand, versus towards more of the middle of the think about it as an upside down pyramid. So top, lots of views, no comments that are engaging in your product or brand. Middle, marketing part, less views, but questions. Like, what about this? What if this? What if that? So typically one of the companies that is coming is a roofing company. Now, I know that industry from historical experience. My dad was in roofing for many, many years. Before I knew the magic of marketing, his marketing was just word of mouth. This is the building that I've done. Are you looking for something similar? Yes. Can you tell me cost? Yes, this is how much per square meter. And then the next guy gives him the next job, the next job, the next job, the next job. So that was just word of mouth, purely just being extremely good and neat and tidy and fast and cost effective. That was how the word was spread. Where today, you don't even need to get people to a site that you've done before. Everything is online. So a brand exercise for a roofing company will look a lot different to marketing and a lot different to actually advertising their services, their product, where you can click, fill out a form, salesperson phones you, goes and measures, and actually create a job out of social media. Now, lots of people, and this is probably the best thing that I've ever heard from Gary Vee, lots of people say, but you know what? I don't think that social media will work for me because I sell tackies. I sell shoes, and it's like a very niche market, and this, that, and the third thing. The first time that Donald Trump was elected as president was through social media. The first time that he was elected through social media. So if social media can be used to leverage a president, the most powerful man alive, into that position, do you think if you use it effectively, you can't sell tackies? If the answer is no, then brother, climb under the rock that you climbed out of and stay there. See you when you are completely broke and ran out of money. So if you can use it to elect the number one, you can sell roofs. Fucking easy. You just need to know how. Let's say Halas met Burbu that is sharing wild on WhatsApp. Okay, so that's the part. Marcus, very important thing that you noticed. That's the part that we can't track. So that specific cartoon is like on 3.5, almost 4 million views across our platform that we can track. But once someone downloads that video and then starts sharing it on family groups, start sharing it on work groups, etc., then it becomes untrackable. So it could have 50 million views, but we can only track 4 million. So that's a very nice point that you made. And I'll give you another good example. I make a piece of content that's super popular. Shut, Marcus. I make a piece of content that says, guys, girls, here's a trick, here's a hack, how you can get a better interest rate if you have a deposit. So listen to me. I'm going to save you thousands of rands, potentially hundreds of thousands of rands, depending on the price range that you're buying. So number one thing that you do is you always apply no deposit, 0 deposit upfront. Everybody says, why? Here's the methodology. When you apply for a bigger amount, the bank calculates their profit over 72 months on that big amount. They are willing to give you a lower interest rate because you're financing a higher amount. The moment you finance less money, the bank will say, this is not going to be profitable unless we raise the interest rates. They've got their charts, they've got their pi squared, and they've got their algorithms that do this automatically. Now, if you have, say for example, a 500,000 Rand car, and you've got 250,000 Rand deposit, you apply on 500,000 Rand, okay, you get 12% interest rate. You apply on 500,000 Rand with a 250 deposit, you get 13.75% interest rate. Now calculate that difference in interest that you're going to pay. You end up paying 40, 50 grand more in interest long term than if you remain calm, apply for the full amount, get it approved, validated, sign on that, pay in the deposit. As soon as that deal is paid out to the dealership, the bank cannot go and say, oh no, we're going to change our mind from 12 to 13.75. The contract's done, it's sealed, it's done. Very unpopular video with the banks, couple of million views. This thing runs on WhatsApp, and I've got a lawyer that sends me his version of the video. It's literally, I think he had a teleprompter in front of him. He said every single word that I said, and then he sent it to me. He says, Uncle B, your information is so valuable, and I did a good job at the video. I got more views than you. Can you give me the next video? I like the attention, and I like the fact that I'm positioning myself as an expert. So first, ego, I'm like, fuck off. I'm not giving you the next video, you copycat. And then I thought, hold on, hold on. So he's got a different market, a different reach, even though he's teaching automotive industry and he's an attorney, he's a lawyer, he's got nothing to do with us. He's not even trying to be us. The fact that the information is that good and it provides so much upfront value, people will listen to him even though it's my message. So well done, sir. You're welcome to plagiarize whatever I teach and make it your own. It's okay, not a problem. So his video actually ends up getting a lot more views than mine does, but he says the same thing and he's got almost a zero following. He's like, my TikTok climbed 10,000 people in 3 days, Uncle Bob's. It's going mad. People are asking me questions about cars. Can I ask you? And then I'll answer them. I'm like, dude, I literally don't even have time to sleep. I can't. I'm so sorry. Well done on that. Potentially you can take what you learned here and then deploy it in your industry where you are the expert and you can provide them with information. Thank you, thank you, thank you, gone. So the marketing class will give you the methodology and then you can apply to your industry. MT Marvin, what's up? Okay, next slide. What do we have next? There we go. How to take an inquiry and actually turn it into a valuable lead that was generated free. So another reason why a lot of people are anti-social marketing is because of that expectation that once I post this amazing video in a very noisy world and hopefully someone sees it, that person is right to buy and is ready to buy now. And it's just a different lens that we're going to provide you with on that day to say, here's the reality. 58 inquiries transferred into 32 actual leads. So how do you take an inquiry in your industry? What are the top 3 questions that you need to ask first? If they pass that round of questions, what is the next 3? So that you can say, okay, this person is actually not ready to buy now. This person is ready to buy in 90 days. Put him in a different funnel and retarget him later. For example, lots of people, and it's the male ego that always comes in my way. People will message me and say, Uncle B, love your shit. I've been watching you for 2 years. You are the man. By the way, I need help. What's up, bro? How can I help you? Listen, man, I've applied at 3 other dealers and I just keep on getting declined. You are my last resort. You will save me and my family and you'll get us a car. Now, initially, I'll be like, why come to me last, homie? I need to go and clean up all the shit that these people have made and try and mop up all the cuck that's on the bank system so that I can try and help you. It'll probably take me 4 days and an F&O that's completely just busy with your application. You've been watching my shit for 2 years. You know we dealer of the year. You know we've got the reputation of the year, but you come to me last. I'm not interested. Thank you. Unfollow me. Goodbye. Ego. Whereas now, I'll say, okay, cool. Unfortunately, I really wish you came to me first, but you didn't. Unfortunately, this is the reality. You've been declined by 3 or 4 other dealerships. Nothing we can do about it now. It's water under the bridge. In the next 90 days, if you don't apply anywhere, make sure that everything is paid on time. Make sure that if it's meant to be paid and it's an Edgar's account of 57 Rand on the 1st of the month, there's 57 Rand in your account. Make sure that you run your bank statement diligently for 3 months. 3 months, 90 days later, we can apply with a new slate, provide clean bank statements, clean pay slips, clean story to the banks, and the probability of success is extremely high versus if I apply today, I'm just going to waste both our time. Are we in agreement? No, apply today. I want to apply today because whatever they've done on the system, and a finance and insurance person is just a human being. They just load with information that they have. They don't do other background checks that we do, etc., etc. That's a different life. But they've applied, you've been declined, you've been blocked, you've applied at 5 dealers, I can't help you. It doesn't even help I try. Unfortunately, it's a no. But 90 days from today, if you follow my instructions, we'll make it work. So I've already sold the car at the end of April by having that conversation. But that customer goes in a different bucket versus the customer that's buying a car currently from me today. Uncle B, I've got a 5-liter X6 2023 model. I like the color. It's called Dravid Grey. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Dravid grey. I've seen an X6M. It's a year older, but I want an X6M. Can we do this deal? 100%. Are we trading in your car? Yes. This is my offer. Are you happy? Yes, I am. Okay, great. Have you applied with anyone else? No. I want to apply with you. Application goes in at 9 o'clock. It was approved at about 10 o'clock. Validations are done. Tomorrow we're buying out that vehicle. We've already checked it out, delivering it to him, and we get to keep the trading, which is a 50i X6. Okay. That customer is the one that's an actual inquiry into a lead today. So how do you differentiate between the two? Unemotionally, without saying, oh, this is junk leads. These are like brokies, people that can't afford my product. Why did they even click on that? And that's the part where the messaging, the creative upfront needs to improve. And you'll go through this painful process with me in real time on how to change your lens from just people that, some people from me that like barely speak English, especially on the 15 to 30,000 rand cars that we sell on auction. You know, a guy will phone me and he's making noises like, like, hi sir, are you okay? Do you need, like, have a drink of water? And then you'll say, I want a car. Which car? 15,000. I said, sorry sir, we don't have 15,000 rand cars. The ones that we advertise there on auction. How much money have you saved? 50. I said, right, here's a link. Go to our auction group. Every day we'll post the updates of whatever is being auctioned on Tuesday. Then you can identify in your price range and then phone me on TikTok. Yeah, I've seen your TikTok auction. Shut, thank you. Versus getting so upset, like, where the fuck am I going to find a 15,000 rand car? End the call and block it. So rather send them to the channel that will assist them than completely lose your shit and block. So we'll spend a lot of time diving deeply into that and how to understand it. Okay. Now, at the end, slide 11 out of 11. Else, we're doing well for time today, homie. Normally I go like 30 minutes over. Today I'm a bit faster and we can take some questions.
Okay.
We're not trying to teach you how to fish. Clients are not fish. We will show you how to connect with people who are looking for your product or service. Now, the conversation that I have with marketing agencies, because clearly we're a threat, this course is a threat, we literally, in their eyes, want to pull the rug out of their customers' feet and just eliminate them from the industry. And that's not entirely true. Partially it's true. But most importantly, we are not going to give you fish, give you leads. We will teach you how to look at this big vast ocean and decide, I'm fishing for tuna. I'm not fishing for crabs and oysters and whales and sharks. I want to fish for tuna. Where does the tuna population reside? Okay, it resides there. All right, great. Once we know where they are, what is the bait that should be used for tuna? Now, if tuna like live bait, then you're not going to give them a small little worm that's been dead for 3 days that you hook on your hook. How do we provide them with what they actually are interested in? And then what fishing rod, what fish finder, what boat? Because if you go out there trying to catch a big tuna in a canoe and you hook the tuna, it will literally pull you down and you'll drown. What size boat? What fish finder? What rod? What bait? Where? What time? When? How? Boom, catch the tuna, everybody wins. The tuna's happy because they were presented with your product that currently needs to be sorted out in their life. Maybe their roof was leaking. I had a similar thing recently. We don't have a steel roof at home, we've got tiles, and after the big rains, someone forgot to clean the gutters, and then boom, lots of water inside. Now I need to fix the roof, fix the tiling, fix the paint, fix lots of stuff at my house, identify someone through socials, and then give him the job. They carry on, it's done. And that person actually did our studio. That's the same person that did our studio. So after we did work with him once, he said, listen, I don't do buildings, I don't do tiling. I said, I don't do other people, I trust you. You make beautiful desks and beautiful wood stuff. You did my library at home. I trust you. You figure out the tiling and stuff. You'll be fine. My belief is in you. He says, Bobs, I'm just gonna get a tiler and supervising. Are you gonna be there? Yes. Sweet. You've got the job. No problem. Send me an invoice. Pay me this deposit. There's your money. Cheers. 100% because trust is there. This guy does cupboards, kitchen cupboards, all fancy stuff for a living, and tiling as well because I trust him. Tiling and painting. He's very good with painting, very good with tiling, and with cornices because the water fucked up the cornices in the rooms. So he's very good with that. But based on the trust, then he goes and hires people, makes a small profit. He takes care of them. His standards are very high. If he's going to be happy, we're going to be happy. Everything is sweet. So that's what we're trying to do at the end of the day. Now, having said that, the 28th is full. The 14th of March, I think 4 tickets were sold today. It's 15,000 Rand investment. The event starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, where everybody will be seated in a boardroom, big boardroom, with me presenting and the rest of the team there to help you. We'll go through the theory. Why is it important to do this? Why is it important to do this? Why is it important to do this? This. Hit each and every point. And then at the end, phones out, chargers plugged in, Wi-Fi on 60 out of 10. Let's go. Take this, push here, do this AI Aikido, copy, paste, post. Boom. Next, and we'll go through all the platforms simultaneously because some platforms allow links, others don't. If you create a beautiful TikTok video and you want to send someone to your website or to a landing page, TikTok doesn't allow it. You have to embed it in your bio where Facebook allows a link. But you need to remember, if you put a link on something, Facebook sees it as, a lot of people are clicking this actual link and going off from Facebook, and we don't like that. So they'll serve it to less people. So you don't want a link on your branding content or your marketing content. You want a link on your advertising content. This person wants to buy the Mustang. We had a Mustang silver in color. Somebody says we're not getting back to him with a Mustang. Send me a WhatsApp and I'll get back to you today still, sir. Doesn't come back to me. So that's Martin. I asked for a Mustang and Midmark doesn't come back to me. Martin, send me a WhatsApp. I'll come back to you immediately. But we showcased a silver supercharged Mustang with a Shelby conversion. The car's conversion was like a lot more than what we're asking for the car. We did a 10-minute review, floored the car up and down, ran out of fuel, put more fuel, had a jaw with that vehicle. And at the end we said, if you're interested in this vehicle, click on the link above. And then we sold the car like minutes later. That video didn't get 100,000 views. That video only got across platforms probably 45,000 views. But the car was sold to so many people at the same time. And it's with used cars with us, it is what it is, man. There's only one supercharged Shelby converted Mustang for $699. The first person that actually buys the car, it is what it is. And the person that bought it, luckily for us, bought a Mahindra Bakkie as well. The gent is in Bloemfontein. His business is in Bloemfontein. That's where the Mahindra is going, but the Mustang's going to Cape Town, where we bought it from, evidently, funny enough. So we bought it from Cape Town, brought it back here, advertised it, and now we're going to put it on a truck back to Cape Town. Funny how life works. How much time do you spend, Marcus, I like your questions. How much time do you spend with the ads per day? It's all the time. The team is on it all the time, like literally all the time. Now, different team members have different roles in our company. So myself and Elsie, our main role is to create the content that is bottom of the funnel. So right at the bottom, we create the content that's asking for a sub. Or we're doing an educational piece, which is top of the funnel. We're just going to educate you why it's better to pay a deposit after the approval. This is how you win an interest rate. By the way, and I also say this to people, I forgot to mention it. And there's more. When you do that trick, you get a better interest rate and the dealership makes more money on DIC. I can't tell you how many dealers phone me and say, Uncle B, thank you very much. We're making a ton more money. People don't want to pay deposits. They want to pay that into capitalization, and the bank is paying us DIC on the 500,000 and not on the 250. Uncle B, you rock. I'm like, yeah, fuck. Nando's would be nice. Hot pot mild and leg mild. Thank you. So the dealer wins, the consumer wins, and we get to take a poke at the bank. Trust me, the banks are fine. They're not running out of business. They are the biggest gangsters out there, and they make more than enough money. So you don't need to feel bad about them, even though you've capitalized and they get to make a little bit less interest. They will have enough money to buy Nando's. Don't stress. They're fine. Having said that, 14th of March, it's a Saturday. 20 people will come into a big boardroom. We will go slowly through all the theory, the why, and then we're going to post shit together. With myself in front, projecting my phone onto a TV, big screen TV. So right, now we're going to create a post which is going to go out at 5:30. This is a branding post. So what do we want here? Views, lacquer. This is how you shoot it. This is how you edit it. This is how you use AI. This is how you copy and paste. This is how you embed links. Push, 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 push. Is everybody on the screen here? No, I'm not. Right. A team member will go to that person that's struggling, help them out. So is everybody on the screen here? Yes. Post. And watch what happens. That's what we're going to be doing. 15K. I think there's 16 seats left for the 14th of March. The 28th is sold. I think there's 1 or 2 extra tickets that we sold for that specific day, but hopefully some of the people will be happy to go on the 14th. I don't want more than 20 people in the room, and the reason for that is above 20 people, our team is not going to be able to give you as much attention as you need, especially if you're a newbie, and more especially if you think you're very experienced, because then you know it all and you're going to rush through the stuff and miss the value. So 20 people our team can handle per session. 14th, 15K. If you're interested, very simple. You shoot me a WhatsApp. Uncle B, I want to attend the course. I'll send you the link. The first 20 people that have actually made payment, their seat is reserved, and then it's done. We'll see you then. Between now and then, any other questions I can grab?
Posted one on the group.
One on the group. Okay, let me just check what else you posted here. It is from Andrew. What is the most proven revenue and value generating book you have ever read? Most proven revenue and value generating book you've ever read. Elsie says this. So no, it's not this. This is the one that I've actually written, but it's not the one that I've read. Most proven value generating and ROI book. Let me think about this quickly. There's so many, man.
What about 10x?
Yeah, that's always... That's actually a good answer, Alice.
Thank you.
You've also read it a couple of times by force. It's been our book of the month many, many times.
Yes.
The 10x rule by Grant Cardone. And it's not so much a step-by-step tutorial like other books that I've read, deep work, etc. The 10x rule just explains the psychology of selling, that whatever you think it's going to take for you to make a sale, whatever you think it will take for you to... I'm living through this in real time. Currently, there's only 42 people here. Currently, only 42 people. We are the leading expert in generating organic views on the African continent. Every single business in South Africa should be watching this and subscribing to this course, because we can help you. Okay? We've got the awards, so I'm not reading a book and then trying to sell you something that we don't do. We do this shit every day at the highest level, and we're actually willing to help industries by sharing our knowledge on a step-by-step tutorial. Only 42 people show up to this TikTok live, which is a kick in the nuts for me in terms of ego. But I know it will take 10 times the amount of work that I think it will take over 10 times the length of time that I think it will take in order for us to be successful. So that's what that book just reprograms you to not expect. To not expect. Every time I speak to someone, I'm speaking to a surgeon inside the gym. He says, Bobs, I need to figure the social media thing out. So, right, have you got 2 minutes? Yes, I do. Okay, this is what we do. This is what we offer. Like, fuck, count me in. Count me in. He's probably top 10 surgeons in the country, and he works on kids on a specific condition. So if your kid has that specific condition and you want your kid to be treated by the #1 surgeon in the country, you end up with him. So ask him, are you in need of more customers? He says, no, I can't keep up. So what do you need? I need people to actually see that this problem that some children have can be solved, and not wait 25 years, develop a complex in the kid's appearance, and you ruin that kid's life. I need them to bring me the kids at a very young age. We sort it out. It's a procedure. The success rate is 98%. I need people to understand that the longer you wait, the more trauma your kid will go. And as they get older, primary school, high school, bullying, name calling, all this other stuff, it will crack your personality if you've got this. I can fix it. I need people to know that. I'm like, fuck yes. This is how we're going to strategize what you do. So that's a surgeon. And then again, I go back to the guy selling shoes. I don't think this will work for me. I only sell tackies. Bro, Donald Trump got elected through Facebook the first time around. That's how he got elected. It was social media influencers and influencing on social media to become the most powerful man in the world. And you don't think you can sell tackies, but the president got elected. So 10x rule, there should be 50,000 people watching this live. It's only 52 people. So I need to do 10 times the amount of work for 10 times longer in order for that to be pushed hard enough so that people say, Bobs can help me. This is the relevant content, but folks got priorities mixed up. Empty Marvin. I agree with you, brother, because scrolling through accident videos and cat videos and whatever else, you go down this doom channel, it's just easier. And today's TikTokification across all the platforms just serve you interest-based content. Interest-based content means whatever that you are liking and interested in, that's what they'll serve you, because that's their main purpose is, right? They want you to stay there for as long as possible so that they can also serve you ads and then charge the people the money that the agencies make money on. But I agree. This is the relevant content, but folks' priorities are mixed up. It is what it is, but that's the good book. Everybody needs a car, 100%. That's the book that I'll recommend. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. Anything else? Nothing else. That's it.
Yeah, nothing else.
Okay, in closing, anybody interested in joining the Masterclass on the 14th of March, all you need to do is shoot me a WhatsApp, 0825426659. I'll send you the payment gateway link. You do the 15,000 Rand payment. It's just a link. You enter your card details, it debits your account, sends us the proof of payment. You reserve your seat, and we'll go to war against the competitors in your industry, and you'll have an unfair, that's what I'm going to give you, an unfair competitive advantage that is 100% legal. And there's nothing that your competitors can do about it. You're just going to dominate the space entirely. Having said that, else, that's it. From us to you guys, send me a WhatsApp. I'll share the link with you and hopefully meet in person on the 14th. Between now and then, have a blessed evening. Take care. Goodbye. Uncle Bob's out.